The Frankly Speaking Roof Cam, brought to you by Boss Security in Horseheads. Contact them today for all your business and home security needs. We are back broadcasting live from the Hesselson studio on said Market Street Corning. And joining us in that studio, Sheriff Jim Allard. Good morning.
Good morning. It's a beautiful day in Steuben County.
It always is. The roof cam.
It's a foggy day in Steuben County.
I was just going to say it's an eerie kind of a Halloween-esque type day.
It's perfect for Halloween.
Yeah, boy, they get huge crowds. Have you been here on Market Street when they do that?
Not for many years.
Stay away unless you have to be on Market Street.
Yeah.
We've got a lot to cover this morning. Is it pointless to ask about the garden? Is it all done?
It is done.
Oh.
It's tilled up and done, but it was a
good year.
1,600 pounds of produce, wow. I believe. Last year was 1,000. This year was 1,600. And
just keeps growing.
It does. I mean, again, I can't praise our food service folks enough. The company that we contracted with to provide food services in the jail has embraced the garden.
I'm sure.
And is all in.
Yeah.
And she's been teaching inmates how to make pickles and salsa and all these other things. Again, life-changing, sustainable skills that they can leave with.
When it's all over with, because something like that gets in your system, too.
It does.
You don't want to
Oh,
get
yeah.
away
Once
with
you
it.
start canning, you can't get away from it.
And then you can't buy the pickles at the store anymore.
No, they won't taste as good.
No, but that's great. It's been a huge success. So we'd like to kick off with a positive story. We've got a lot of things to cover. Since the last time we talked, the wine glass, another huge success. Because we talked to you right before, I think the week before, as you're preparing. But I haven't heard no complaints. It went smooth?
Well, and it went very smooth, and we had more runners at the full than we've even going back pre-pandemic.
Yeah.
So we set records for the number of runners at the full. Everybody did their thing. The spectators were much better this year.
Okay.
I think just
well-behaved or bigger? Oh, really?
Yeah.
Are they normally not well-behaved? I haven't been in a long time.
Well, no, it's not that they're well-behaved, but they get so excited for their runner,
that
they
get
spill out into the runner's lane, and
understand.
then which pushes the runners into the traffic lanes, which becomes an issue. And we had zero issues with that this year. It was
a beautiful day for it. I mean, it was a little warm for the runners, I think.
Yeah.
But
if you didn't finish before noon, it got hot.
Yeah, but you can't complain with weather like that. We had a great fall.
I know. It was gorgeous
for those type of events. But I think it's just only going to grow. It's not going anywhere. It's got such a good reputation now.
And it keeps getting the positive publicity in runners magazines and blogs. So. And you can't overestimate what it does for our local economy for tourism.
I know.
Because there were people that were here a week early.
And you're telling me.
Yeah.
I try to find parking.
Yeah, you saw them.
No, it gets bigger every year. It reminds me of NASCAR in a completely different fashion, obviously. But you start to see people, I see the same people every day.
Right.
And you start to see different people you don't recognize, people wondering what this is or wondering what down the street. And that it is earlier and earlier because why not make a little vacation out of it, I guess.
Yeah. And I went by a couple of our wineries that Friday before the race, and I've never seen them so full.
Yeah.
I mean, packed to the gills.
I know it. It's great. And I know it disrupts traffic for one day. I'd say it's worth it.
It's absolutely worth it for what it brings for just sales tax alone to the.
And you guys got it down to a science now, shutting down all that, don't you?
We've got it down pretty good. Again, we've been working at it for 15 years.
So you better get good at it, right?
So
an overnight success. Yeah.
Obviously, there's always wrinkles every year. Last year. We had to change the course a little bit because of road construction. Changed it back this year and all those things. But overall, we have a dedicated team, and the emergency management office leads that charge and do a fantastic job.
It's really a year-round job almost, isn't it?
We meet every month all year. Yeah.
But that's why it's so successful. That's why people like it.
Yep.
But when you see the picture, especially on a beautiful fall day, you can understand why people keep coming back and telling their friends. So I think it's wonderful.
Gorgeous.
So what else should we talk about? Oh, hey, how'd the drug take-back day go? That was that Saturday, right? Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, I don't have the number of the weight that we took back, but it always goes well. And big thanks to the Prevention Coalition because they always send people over to help. Yeah.
That's also, speaking of grown, I think people save up all year. Is that right? Oh, what'd you do? You always
I bounce stuff everywhere.
Yeah,
you know that.
The camera is moving. You and Joe Sempolinski.
I get too excited.
I know. A bull in a china shop. Yeah, I know. But that is an important event every year, and I know
it is.
Each county does it, right? Or
most counties do it. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's great.
And we we grab from the local municipalities too when we make our run up to get them incinerated. and take what they have also that they've accumulated through the years. So it turns into an event for us.
And this seems like we're just going to focus on all updates. But last time you were on the program, we were talking about the record management system.
Yep.
How's that going?
Fantastic.
Yeah. Tell us that for the people that didn't tune in last time.
So Under Sheriff McNellis applied for it was over a $600,000 grant through the state to upgrade. So as of last year, City of Corning had their own records management system. Hornell had their own. Bath had their own. We have our own. All the smaller PDs have their own. Mm-hmm. None of that data was being shared.
Oh.
So
people were probably shocked to learn that.
I know, really. So what Under Sheriff McNellis did was applied for a grant to be able to bring all of them under one umbrella. And so it goes live November 11th, Veterans Day. And what it will do is every agency in the county, their data will go into one central spot. And we signed an agreement with the Monroe Crime Analysis Center, which is part of the New York State Intelligence Center network, that they can directly mine data from our database. Wow. So if they're looking for someone who drove a black truck with a partial plate of this, it's going to come up and they're going to be able to use that. Wow. It's amazing what they do already.
I'm sure.
But their ability to get all of the information from all of the input that is occurring in Steuben County is huge. And I've had talks with their people from Albany, and I think this may spur an expansion of the network regionally in this area, which is going to help us significantly too, I hope. But, we've got to continue to embrace technology.
Yeah, or get left behind.
That's it.
Was it a difficult process?
It was a difficult process.
When you talk about paperwork and things like that.
Well, not only that, but, every town, village, city has their own unique set of circumstances, their own unique needs that we had to be able to fold into this bigger picture.
Right.
And still giving them the autonomy to meet their individual needs, or it's not going to work.
Right.
So it was a lot of negotiation and give and take, and again, Under Sheriff McNellis and Lieutenant Logs did such a phenomenal job bringing everybody together for a consensus. Because then the other side of that is also the DA's office has to be part of this, because they're going to be getting all their cases through this new program. So there were a lot of moving pieces, but I feel good that we're where we need to be in order to go live in another week and a half.
So just because you wanted it, you had to drag all these people along. They're like, we're happy with it,
right?
Because
well, they all needed upgrades. Every one of them did. They all did. They're all of their programs were beyond life expectancy and were no longer supported.
Yeah.
So the need was enormous.
Yeah.
But again, getting everybody to work together, not that they didn't want to work together, but everybody has.
It's overwhelming at times too.
It is, and everybody has their unique needs, and you've got to be cognizant of that in order to do something of this size and make it successful. And like I say, I can't say enough good things about the work they did because it wasn't me. It wasn't me. No. It was Under Sheriff McNellis and Lieutenant Logs and Lieutenant Kennedy that brought it all together and affected this with the help of all the chiefs. Chief Spalding was phenomenal in her support of it, and Chief Murray and now Chief Lewis. They all saw the value and they all bought in.
Yeah. Well, and like you said, if you're out of date, why not bring it up? That you're going to have to eventually anyway. Let's work as a team and get it out of the way.
And we made sure that we bought this. So they upgraded the CAD system at 911 this year or last year. This is the companion piece to that software.
Okay.
So it's a seamless linear progression from the minute the call taker takes the call, goes right through, and all of that information goes through to the incident, goes through to the arrest. And we're checking right now, but we know that Axon has an agreement already with Tyler, which is the software company. We got to find out how much it's going to cost because nothing's free with Axon. But there exists a patch to be able to take the body cam footage and tag it directly to that incident through the system.
Wow.
So one big package, here you go, DA, and
and especially with the rules we've talked about, really tying your hands.
The discovery rules.
Exactly.
Yes.
The tying your hands. This makes it
going to be
so
enormous.
much easier. Mm-hmm. And I know we talked about this with Sheriff Schramm the other day, and I don't want to kind of get on a tangent here because we have to take a break. But when we talk about the discovery laws and all that extra work, isn't it extremely frustrating when you do that and then you see a scenario more so at like kind of the local or the state level where they just get thrown out because of bail reform?
Yeah.
So you do all that paperwork,
Yes.
you do all that, and these people have been out for a long time now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's got to,
Yeah.
it's got to be so frustrating for morale. We'll talk about that more. Let me take a break.
Sure.
All right, we'll be right back with Frankly Speaking. Stay with us. The Frankly Speaking Roof Cam brought to you by Boss Security in Horseheads. Contact them today for all your business and home security needs. We are back broadcasting live from the Hesselson studio, and in that studio, it is the sheriff. So we got a lot more to talk about. Where should we go? Hey, first of all, last time you talked about it, and now you remember to bring it.
I remember
it's
to
so
wear
bright.
it today.
You've got the
yes.
bright lights on, so I don't know if it's coming through, but the pink badge, tell us about that.
So we did this first time this year. One of the lieutenants in the jail pushed this program, and it's a great program.
Looks good.
It's to support breast cancer awareness and research. And we had, I don't know if you saw, we had the mammography.
We brought that up, I think, last time, and I promoted it a couple times. That's great. How'd that go?
Real well. Had a lot of folks at it. And so anybody that wanted to pay a little money out of their pocket could get a pink badge. And then the proceeds all went to the Wilmot Cancer Center this year in support of breast cancer awareness. And we've had a lot of good comments about the pink badges. They're very noticeable.
They are very noticeable.
Very bright.
Yes. Yeah. That's why people, I don't think, can see it because the light's hitting right off of it. But they look good, and it's for a good cause. And
it is. It's
I think it's great that your office has always taken up causes like this. Like in the when you talk about Christmas time, and it seems like there's initiatives going on, really, if you get the newsletter all the time.
Yes. Well, we are, and that's, I talked about that yesterday, where we try to be as much a part of the community as we can because we are.
Right.
We live in the community. We want to be partners in the
strangers.
community with everybody that's out there. And it pays off in such a myriad of ways. When we had the bank robbery, the number of tips we got,
I'm sure,
were astronomical. And when we do the Twin Tiers Most Wanted, it's almost always solved by the next day.
Yeah.
And it's because we partner with the community, and the community partners with us.
Right. They want to be a part of it. I think your Christmas initiative and like this, people want to be a part because they know you are a part of the community.
Right.
And that's such an important, because we talked about this with Schramm, but it's worth mentioning. At a time when you see someone who called to defund the police, likely the next mayor of New York City. Maybe not, but best case scenario, it's Cuomo. We're in a bad place if that's here too.
I feel bad for New York City.
Yeah,
I do.
But when you look at that, and what does that for you at the sheriff's office and just in general, the morale in that scenario where this guy could be, and again, I know it's New York City, but that's a larger trend.
It impacts.
Yeah.
It does. And, this is the first time this year in September we had, I think, close to 50 people that took the deputy's exam. That's the first time that's happened since pre-pandemic. Yeah. So I think locally we're starting to see a reverse of that trend of 5 and 10 people taking the test.
Yeah.
But again, when you look at, I had to laugh. I saw Letitia James on the news saying that she opposed the weaponization of the Justice Department, and I'm thinking, holy crap, that's what you've done for the last umpteen years.
Yeah,
since
that's how she made her
General,
campaign.
is weaponize the Attorney General's office against police. And it's interesting when things come home to roost like that. It's satisfying, but also on the other side, it didn't need to be that way.
Exactly.
It's such a colossal waste of time, energy, because all of this talk of reform, all it's done is make it more difficult to get qualified candidates in the door.
Right. Well, and as we mentioned with bail reform, I mean, how frustrating, and we had these comments last week, when you can't even finish the paperwork and they're back out on the streets and you're just going to have to arrest them again. When, I know that this is not the case, but most people would say, when do you stop caring?
Right, when do you give up?
Yeah.
And we're pretty lucky. We've got a very dedicated group of young people that don't quit. But it is frustrating when you go to a domestic, especially.
Yes.
And the person fights with you. You charge them with the resisting arrest, the violating the order of protection, and the assault, and they get arraigned and released. And there's no there's no time to make a plan. There's no time to help the victim.
Yeah.
And there's no consequence to that behavior.
No. There's no
Why
punishment.
would you change your behavior if there's no consequence?
Well, and that's just like raise the age, right?
Yes.
How disastrous is that? But how many lives, I know the New York Post had this recently last week, how many lives have been ruined in the future, these young people, because of the raise the age law?
Well, the things that they don't tell you about is the lack of beds. So our last few that we've had to take to a secure detention facility, we're taking kids from here down to New York City, Long Island, because that's the only place there's a bed. So they're 5-6 hours away from home, which is against anything that anyone will tell you is good for them. And they're down there until we go down and get them and bring them back, and they go to court and go back. So how is that helpful to the child? How is that making that child on a path? How does that put them on a path to recovery? It doesn't.
No.
All it does is make it worse, and makes it worse for the family.
Yeah, and then if you look at the gang members are starting to recruit these young people because they know that there's no repercussions. I mean, I know I've mentioned it on the program before, but they were talking in New York City like it's like something out of a Charles Dickens novel. They're going around pickpocketing, and because when they're confronted on it, they say, call the cops. Nothing's going to happen.
They're not going to do anything. They can't do anything.
So you've got people that may not have normally been in a gang scenario now being recruited at 12, 13, 14 years old. Some of these videos that you'll find on the Post are so disturbing of these young people that have grown up well past their 12, 13 years.
Well, and, you know, a 17-year-old kid is not a kid.
Well, that's true, too. Let's face that. But the raise the age, the bail reform, all these things just keep coming up. And I know after July 4th, they talked a little bit about changing raise the age because there was trouble in Albany. And I know I ask this every time. Nothing's coming from any of this. Nothing with any teeth.
No, she...
but with a re-election year...
You would hope. I know, I think last week the governor was in Rochester touting the law enforcement technology grants. But that's not what made the news. I saw the Rochester news. What made the news is, what are you going to do about your electrical energy?
Everything's that.
And totally ignored what she was there to tout, which she wanted to say, hey, I'm pro-public safety. I sent money their way.
That's what she wants to do.
But that's not what the story was.
No, and that's not what the story is. And also, you can throw money here and there, but you've got to look at someone's overall biography here.
That's the Albany plan.
Exactly. But she's not a very good politician or a very good governor, but she does every once in a while get that one sneak attack where you go, oh, she's going to get credit for public safety now? Because we were going to reform bail reform, and then it was nothing, or discovery law, or whatever the case may be. But she's got to be a little concerned. I know some of the polling that comes out with Stefanik is coming from more right-leaning organizations, but she's she's nipping on the heels. And for a Republican in our scenario, this has not been this close in a long, long time.
No. And, we'll see what this coming year brings.
I know.
It's I've seen the laws that she's already signed. One is doubling down on taking guns at scenes. Police must, if it's a domestic incident and the victim answers yes to a couple of questions, then the police must seize any firearms that are at the house and hold them for at least 120 days. That's already been signed.
I wonder how that's going to be misused.
Well, once again, the red flag law has worked well. It has. It's gotten a lot of guns away from some pretty dangerous people. But it became every time someone went to the hospital, you had to go seize their guns. That's not the intent, and that's not what makes us safe.
And wasn't that the fear when these first started coming up? People said it's not going to stop here. It's going to grow, or it's going to become, or be misused, or whatever the case may be.
So it's continuing.
Well, there you go. On that note, we'll take a short break. Stay with us. We'll be right back with Frankly Speaking after this. Frankly Speaking Roof Cam, brought to you by Boss Security in Horseheads. Contact them today for all your business and home security needs. We are back broadcasting live from the Hesselson studio. In that studio, we have the sheriff. Got a question from a viewer, just to kind of paraphrase it real quick, is about the record management system. And they were saying, as any concerned taxpayer would say, that seems excessive.
It is. It's a lot of money.
There you go.
When you look at ones that provide countywide systems, there's about 3 or 4 choices because they've bought up, they each gobble up all the smaller ones.
Oh, yeah.
And so that they control the market, basically. But when you're looking at a county-wide system, there's much more expensive ones out there.
Yeah. Okay.
and there might be one that's less expensive, but not many. Unfortunately, you're paying for the technology and the licenses and the upgrades and the all of the Microsoft licenses that go along with it to make it run, and
anytime you're talking IT
and storage.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because there's a significant amount of storage.
Yes, and IT's always going to be more costly because it's getting
and
different.
Anything with law enforcement on it is more costly.
Well, right, and you've got such a niche specific that it's going to cost a little.
It does. Yeah.
Hey, last time we talked, and we're going to give an update on this in a way, but scams. Have there been a lot of scams?
There have been. There's been some new ones, and I don't know if you saw the press release, but we were able to make an arrest in one.
This is a wild story. So they're actually from Brooklyn. How's this all work?
Well, they're actually from China.
Well, from China, and then I'm sorry.
Yeah, illegally in the country, living in Brooklyn.
Gotcha. Okay.
I think they were part of a bigger network. What they did was they took over this gentleman's computer and told him, then contacted him and said, "There's child porn now on your computer. You either pay us $28,000 or we're going to turn you into the FBI."
Imagine the fear of that person in that moment.
Right. And kept control of his computer.
Yeah.
And they said, "You got to give us $28,000 in Bitcoin."
Wow.
And he said, "I don't know how to do Bitcoin." And they said, "Okay, just get cash. We'll come pick it up from you."
That's scary too.
And that's when he called us. And so we were able to set up outside and intercept the folks that were there to receive that delivery. And when we took them into custody, we ran them. And then because we have our partnership with ICE, we were able to run them in their system. Also, they were wanted. They had both been previously deported for crimes previously.
Okay.
And were back in the country illegally. So ICE was more than happy to come grab them.
Good.
And they did, and as far as I know, they're back in China now.
That is amazing. I can't believe they just show up at the front door and not expect anything to happen. $28,000 isn't chump change.
No, and again, how many other people have they hit?
Well, that's true too.
If they're up here in Steuben County doing it, who else has
That's a great point.
Been grabbed along the way? But yeah, there's a lot of them now are people posing to be law enforcement.
Yeah, and we talked about it last time. Sean talked about it, but I think you were saying that because there's a Steuben County, where is it?
Indiana.
Yeah. That there's a little bit.
They mix them up sometimes. Yeah.
But that they really. And I guess they're criminals. What do we expect? But they use people's emotions, especially.
Absolutely.
And they're not even just targeting older people now.
No.
Some of these, like you said, the registered sex offenders list. Those people are getting contacted saying that you didn't check in. Send us a gift card. Don't ever send a gift card to anybody.
No, don't
Give
send
them
gift
up for
cards.
Christmas at
Don't send Bitcoin.
Yeah.
Don't send anything.
Yeah.
Don't send cash. Don't send anything. Call your local law enforcement. Report it.
Yeah, because again, no one's going to ask in the sheriff's office for a gift card.
Right.
Right? You're not calling anybody or texting anybody to ask for money.
Never.
Yeah.
Never.
Period.
It's not going to happen.
No. But so pretty much the scams are they're always going to be a thing.
They are. And with
AI technology.
Yeah, they're going to continue to become more refined and more sophisticated.
I can't believe when people will send me some of the audio, the way they use audio, so you can understand how if someone, especially an older person, but it's happening to everybody, they pick up and it's their grandson or granddaughter on the other end. They need this money. Nasty. But I'm glad you caught those two.
Well, and one of the things they're doing now is if you answer the phone, that verifies that it's a good number.
Oh, yeah.
So then you're on the list.
Gotcha.
Right.
And you can't get on a do not call list for scammers, probably.
Right, because they're already committing crimes. They're not going to pay any attention to that.
Yeah. Wow. All right. So we're covering a little bit of everything. Let's see, where do I want to go from here? Anything going on local races-wise? We got a general election day coming up on the 4th.
We do. Matter of fact, early voting is open now. Yeah. Vote early. And what was it? Vote early, vote often.
But just early.
Just vote early.
Yeah. Yes. I'm going to go over, maybe today, maybe tomorrow, but I went. Last year was my first year doing the early voting. It's so easy.
I love it.
Because you know how election day is. You might forget. I can't think how many times I got settled in at home and realized, all right, let's get back.
Well, and I've had where if I didn't vote first thing in the morning, I'd get tied up at something at work and not make it back before 9.
Oh, of course.
And missed voting. I've had that happen to me.
Yeah.
So now I don't miss voting.
No, and the thing is, it's very quick. And that was even during the presidential election.
Yeah, no lines.
There's no lines.
No lines.
Which, whatever that says. But yes, everybody, and pretty much standard local races. You know, we've been doing our best job as we can here on the program to get as much of the word out. But that's going to be tough with even year elections coming up and all that.
Yeah, and we're already working with the Board of Elections. We do the pickup from both early voting sites every day through early voting, and then we'll do the pickup on the day of, on election day. That's always a big enterprise, picking up at all the polling sites across the county at one time.
There's a lot of polling sites.
Yes, there
are. We did them down a little bit recently, didn't they?
Yeah.
But still a lot. I mean, but that's why make it easier on the sheriff and get early voting.
Early voting.
That's our
love
PSA.
early voting. Yeah.
There we go. We're taking another short break. Stay with us. We'll be right back with Frankly Speaking after this. The Frankly Speaking Roof Cam brought to you by Boss Security in Horseheads. Contact them today for all your business and home security needs. We are back. Broadcasting live from the Hesselson studio. Sheriff Jim Allard is in that studio with us. Okay, we got a lot to cover still here. Not that much time to get there. We were just talking off the air. I love the app. That's my favorite part of my morning routine. I do Wordle, check out the app, see what's going on at the sheriff's office.
See who's in, who's out.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then see if there's any Market Street regulars. But it is actually very helpful.
It is, and it's helpful to see. You can look up a lot of stuff on it, but also if you have a loved one that's staying with us, it gives you the opportunity to put money into their commissary account to set up your visitation and schedule that. So it's very helpful.
This is a good question. Mark writes in, are you prepared for possibly getting people getting unruly and causing havoc if the SNAP benefits are interrupted? Because there's been threats online. I know a lot of people on TikTok and Instagram saying, if you take this away, we're just going to go into the stores and steal and these type of things. Yeah. Is that something you're probably just always prepared for that anyway?
Well, it's something that we're always concerned with, and a lot of our clientele are folks that abuse SNAP benefits. So we are very cognizant of that group of folks that are receiving that are in need. So I think in this region especially, you're going to see things like Catholic Charities and other folks step up if need be.
I think so too.
Yeah, with food bank stuff. And again, we just gave 800 pounds of food
to
the food bank. I think we'll be ready for it. But it's always a concern because this shutdown benefits no one.
Exactly.
And the sooner it's over, the better for everyone. My heart goes out to the federal workers that aren't receiving paychecks.
Yeah, military. That's how this was originally developed when the first shutdown was just to make it as painful as possible. Because when you're talking about somehow our military being non-essential employees by definition, explain that to me.
Yeah, how does that happen?
Congressmen and women are essential.
Yeah,
something doesn't add up there. But yes, there's so many outlets. I think people realize, but you've got food pantries, a great one at Painted Post. You've got the Salvation Army. There's a lot.
Painted Post has one. Corning has one. Almost every region has one, and those folks that are truly in need, my heart goes out to them.
Absolutely.
And I'm sure folks will step up to make sure that we don't have starving children.
Yeah. So great question. Thank you, Mark. Corrections officers, how's everything going? Hiring, you guys up? You down?
We're about the same.
Yeah.
About the same. We hire one or two and then we'll lose one or two. That seems to be consistent. They're going to they're back at the table with the county next month for a new contract. My hopes are that a new contract will help us recruit.
Okay.
And that we can make some gains there.
Yeah. Because that has been a struggle.
Well, and they're working their tails off.
Yeah.
They really are.
I'm sure. Yeah. Now we're not, no segues. Boater train. I'm not even going to.
I thought you were going to segue into the luncheon today.
Oh, that's right. Why wouldn't I? And I was going to bring up boater training. Tell me about the luncheon. I was looking forward to hearing about this. What are you making?
We're doing sausage, peppers, and onions, and on the grill and the griddle, and then we have some salads too, and for all employees again. Yeah. And I have to give the county a plug because they're actually paying for the food and
very nice,
allowing us to do that. It's another appreciation. And then at noon, we're swearing in a bunch of new folks. Yeah, that we kind of postponed the swearing in ceremony for a little bit, and getting that done and recognizing them. It's always enjoyable.
Yeah, it's the camaraderie.
It
But now
is.
here's the question. Because the luncheon's before the swearing in, since they haven't officially been sworn in, are they not allowed to participate in the luncheon?
Before and during and after. It goes from 10 to 2.
Oh, does it? Okay.
So they're
okay.
covered, yeah.
All right, good. Phew. That wouldn't have been. That'd be kind of cruel, wouldn't it?
Hey, put that down. Put that down.
Not until noon. No. What time is the swear again? Noon?
Yeah, it's at
okay.
noon.
Right at lunch. And you had mentioned, new at the sheriff's office, parolee checks.
Yeah, so we partnered with New York State Parole, and they're renting a little space from us to be able to bring in and do parolee checks
Okay.
in our office in one of our secure rooms. That helps them out, so they got an easy place for folks to come to. But also, if someone gets violated, we're right there.
Right.
We
Yeah.
take them right into jail.
A safety issue.
Yep.
All right, let's take our last break, and then we're going to wrap up today's edition of Frankly Speaking. So get your last minute questions in for the sheriff, and we'll be right back. The Frankly Speaking Roof Cam, brought to you by Boss Security and Horseheads. Contact them today for all your business and home security needs. We are back, broadcasting live from the Hesselson studio, wrapping up today's edition of Frankly Speaking with the sheriff. First of all, morning, Frank, says Sergeant Dave. Sergeant Dave says, I'm trying to put this shutdown in perspective. Back in the 70s, I worked for Westinghouse Electric and had 4 children. We went on strike for 4 months, and I did everything I could to make ends meet and feed my kids. Life is hard sometimes, and you have to do what you have to do. It still can stink, though, at times, but...
Yes, it can.
Hey, boater safety, even boater training, still going on?
Still going on. Yep. Yep.
You're doing your due diligence.
We are.
You know what? Everybody's going to be angry. And I should have started with this, but what's new updates with the county?
Oh, the saga continues.
Yeah, okay.
You know.
There you go. So no new updates.
Yeah, we filed our response to the appeal, and the appellate court meets early in the year. So.
Oh, okay, so
Yeah.
now it is just the waiting game.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm still going to ask every time.
Yeah, I know.
Okay, good. School safety. Tell me about this. We talked about this last time.
Yep.
What's the CLIPS program?
So that's a company, and actually it's founded by a West High graduate.
Beautiful, finally.
Yep. And he's moved south and started a company. And what they do is they provide the ability for first responders to take over the cameras in the school in an incident and see real time on their MDTs as they're responding what's going on. So it used to be the training was grab people as they come out, get some intel before you go in. Now we'll be able to have direct feed from the cameras in the school districts that have this program and be able to see, should there be that bad day, we'll be much more prepared as we enter.
I'm surprised. Good for him. I'm surprised that hasn't been done before.
Yeah.
That's such a scary thing when anytime you see that on the news, but when you see them trying to get some information, you don't know what's going on. So the people entering are going in blind in a bad scenario like that.
And this alleviates that.
Yeah.
So right now 4 districts in the county have it. I think 2 or 3 more are working on it. So I'm very excited about it.
And everything's going good. We talked about this last time. We should start doing an update on the school resource officers. Everything's going good with them?
Very, very good.
Yeah.
Need a few more.
Oh, do you really?
Always need a few more. Always do,
yeah.
Because we hire retired police officers.
Yeah.
And for those positions. So as the retirements go, then as our employment goes.
Well, I like how rewarding it is because I've heard in the past from SROs that it's rewarding for them, but I also like that it builds that, what we talked about going back to Zoran Mamadani, it builds people actually respecting law enforcement instead of seeing what they see on TV, when they see at the news.
Yes, it builds that positive relationship at a young age. And, all you got to do is go to any of our successful SROs and see them high-fiving kids as they come off the bus.
I know.
Or getting hugs from kids as they come off the bus every day, every morning. That's how their day starts, and it's amazing to see.
It's got to feel pretty good for them.
It does.
And it's great to have
It's so different than what they came from.
Yeah.
Oh,
exactly. Yeah, a lot different. Yeah. So they must love that. And finally, just before we go, because it's almost out of time here, Veterans Day. I know that you've got a speech. Good luck.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah, over at the VFW here in Corning. Yeah. There'll be various. I know over at the monument here, Corning does one every year. Bath does one at the American Legion every year. Most places around that have legions do something on Veterans Day. And support your veterans, obviously.
Yeah. And then you've got all your people back at headquarters waiting for record management system.
Yeah. Oh, they're training like mad right now.
Yeah.
Everybody is. All the end user training's going on.
All the classes and
Yeah. Yep.
I don't envy them.
No.
But it'll be good in the long run.
It will be good, and this new system allows us to do a lot of pretty cool stuff that we couldn't do before.
Oh,
so
great. Well, we are out of time, but how about this? For the last comment of the show, this coming in from a viewer. Frank and Jim, great show today. Keep up the good work.
Well, we love that.
Yeah, that's what we want to hear.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you for your support and for watching.
Yeah.
We appreciate it.
And we got Joe Sempolinski on tomorrow.
Oh, boy.
That's going to be a fun one.
Big Joe.
I know. We're going to see what he has to say. He's always in the area. I saw him on the news last night.
He's doing really well.
He's doing a good job in Assembly, isn't
He is.
And he's doing these town halls. I can't wait to ask him tomorrow. I saw a press release. He's packing for Assembly. He's packing in people to these town halls.
He's doing a very good job for all of us up in Albany.
Phil, we're really lucky for all the people.
We are.
Yeah,
we are.
Overall. All right.
Yep.
Oh, go ahead. Did you say it? That's it?
That's it, buddy.
I like to blow the interview right at the end. That's all right. Trying to make it uncomfortable right at the end.
I just want to say I haven't broken any equipment today.
No, we're good.
My hands to myself. It's been good.
It's been perfect. All right. Join us tomorrow for Frankly Speaking here on WYDC TV. Big Fox, thanks for giving us so much time. And we'll see everybody tomorrow morning at 6. I look forward to it already.